Every website has a purpose and a function. If you're just paying for a website just to have a website, then you're probably paying too much. Even paying $1 for a website just for a website is money that you don't need to spend. You can get a Facebook page for free. They're not going to convert for you. They're not going to do a whole lot for you, but neither is a website if you don't put the work and the solutions in it that it needs in order to help grow your business online. After all, you're investing money into a website in order to make money for your business. So if you're not going to make money or have no potential to make money from it, then it's not doing you any good. It's a waste of time, waste of money. But with the right website, then it's going to help you grow your business online and it will pay for itself. So these are 17 things that every small business website needs. And then, of course, there are 11 things that you might need depending on your industry, depending on what you do. So I'm going to cover the absolute needs first. You need a logo and a company name. So you need to make sure that's prominent on your website and represents your brand in your business well. You want it to be unique, you want people to remember it, and you want something meaningful, some sort of meaning behind it on, what your goal is as a business. So you want to make sure that's prominently displayed. You'll notice my logo is prominently displayed on the top left. That's the typical position, either the top left or the center of the page. So the second thing that you absolutely need is a unique value proposition. When people come to your website, they have no idea what you do. They don't know, unless they've heard of you or have been told about you and visit you, they probably don't know what the heck you do. So that's your job with a website, to tell people immediately. Within 4 words, it should be obvious what your business does. So a unique value proposition will tell people what it is you do. It'll tell you in very brief, easy to skim terms what the value your business provides. So a second is define what you do. So this takes a little bit more text, and it kind of tells people what you actually do. So you'll see on my page we help your small business reach people online to turn them into customers. So that's what we help you do. Our unique value proposition is expand your online presence, and then we help your small business reach people online. So we do something for businesses. We work with businesses to help reach new people online. And then a fourth thing, these are from top importance down. So number 4 is call to action. Every page needs a call to action, and at least one. It's good to be as focused as possible, but depending on the page, you may have 1 or 2, maybe even more. So you'll notice on my website, there's a call to action in the top right, which it's a very contrasting color and is very noticeable to get a quote. That's the main feature of the website. But there are also additional calls to action as you go down the page. You can book a free consultation, or you can get a free online presence report. There's a number of different calls to action. And again, get my quote. And then, there's further down calls to action that don't have as much importance. And you'll notice the coloring says that too. It just kind of blends in with the page. So number 5, testimonials. You need to tell people that you've worked with people and they've been happy with your work. The more testimonials you can get, the better. And contact information. Now that doesn't have to be on your home page or even every page, but the easier you make that available, the better. So you'll notice in the top left, there's a call now feature. They can call me right away. Any visitor to my website can call me immediately. And also at the bottom right, there's my email address, where I am on social media, so people can find me easily. And then there's even a contact link up here. And that brings you to a page where you can book a free consultation, all kinds of contact information. So people pretty much shouldn't have a problem contacting me no matter what. Quality content, that is very important for a website. Most people aren't going to visit your website just to visit it. There's going to be a reason that they find you. Either you're ranked really high in Google search, or you have a lot of Yelp reviews, or maybe Google Map reviews, and people make it to your website. But other than that, you need some good content where people, that people would want. So for me, the free report is a pretty good piece of content that people do want. So they're going to come to my website to get that. Also, this kind of plays into number 8, which is a blog. I have a lot of quality content on the online presence blog. People are going to make it to my website from all over from all over search engines, all kinds of different search terms, and they're going to come to my website and they're going to find some content that they want. And if there's a good call to action in it also, they could subscribe to my email list or contact me for some reason. They may want to contact me directly, but most of the time they're going to join the email list. So the blog is very important because it's kind of like a way for your website to catch all the visitors. That's why I made this like inverted umbrella. So instead of shielding the rain off of you, you want to, which is the visitors that could visit your website, you want to catch as many visitors as possible. So storytelling images, you want large telling images that kind of tell what your business is about, what you help people do. On my website, it's generally a lot of there's technology pictures, but there's also you're expanding your online presence. So, the expanse of the universe, you want to reach the World Wide Web as much as possible, or at least, in your local area if you're a local business. But, the imagery kind of sets the stage for making, catching people's attention and kind of pulling at those emotional strings of people visiting your website, things that they want, things that they, they're interested in. So then after storytelling images, you want good security. So that means you see this little lock icon up here? That means your website is secure. All information is encrypted and secure when it's transmitted from the server to your visitors. You want to keep visitors' information secure. That's your number one priority, because you don't want, even somebody contacting you, you don't want to be liable for somebody getting a hold of your customers' information. And it's just a kind thing to do. Protect other people's information as you would protect your own. So number 11, I kind of mentioned this a little bit on the blog. When I mentioned the blog, you want people to be able to sign up for an email list. So you'll notice at the bottom of my page, you can sign up for my email list. But it gets even better in the blog. On every sidebar, there's an option to sign up for the email list. Every blog article, you'll again see in the upper right-hand corner the ability to subscribe to the email list. And then, of course, at every bottom of the page, there's also a box to sign up for the newsletter at the end of every blog post. This is kind of like a call to action that's consistent across every page of the website. And then even when you're leaving a comment on my website, you can subscribe to the newsletter. Every single place where there's a form, there's also a checkbox that lets people sign up for the newsletter. Now, I don't check that on purpose because you don't want to opt people in to your email list. You want to make sure it's their choice, that they're choosing to actually sign up for it instead of, tricking them by leaving it checked and making them uncheck it. That's a little bit on the shady side, so I would not do that. So every website needs an about page. People want to learn about who you are, what you do. So Every page needs an about page. And you don't have to have it real prominent. You don't have to put it in your navigation at the top and use up valuable space for it. But the people that want to find it, they're going to go looking for it, and it needs to be available. So you want to tell as much about yourself as possible. So, what you worked on, what you're really good at, maybe even a little bit of personal information. So that's kind of brings a personal side to your business. So you also need a privacy policy. That's really important because you want to, so you'll notice at the bottom I have a privacy policy, and it's pretty detailed. And you want to make sure you're covered on what kind of information you collect, what you keep private, what we do with that information, all of that. And so that is a very important part of your website. Mobile friendly, that's really important also. You want to make sure your page is mobile friendly and looks good on all devices. So if I change the device that I'm using, you'll notice I can go down to any kind of device and the website still generally looks good. I don't really want to look at the privacy policy page, but if I go to the home page, it generally looks good on all pages. There's a lot more scrolling depending on the page you go to, but you'll notice everything kind of adjusts for the size device. The menu changes, like here it goes down into a little drop-down menu. iPad, it's a little bigger, and it continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger and looks different on each device. So that's what we call responsive web design, and that makes it mobile friendly. That's generally the best way to make a website mobile friendly. So you also want a fast loading page. I can't really show you this, but you want your web page to load as fast as possible. Of course, you still want your calls to action. You still want your content on there, because without that, a fast loading page without the means to convert visitors into leads is pointless. So cutting your speed down to nothing, but cutting out all your important calls to action, there's no point in doing that. So you have to strike a balance for having the fastest website you can without cutting the content that you really need out. So that brings us to a clear menu. You want to have on your main menu as few items as possible to keep it clear and easy to navigate, easy for people to find the most important common information on your website. So you'll notice I don't have very many items. You can get more if you scroll over, like solutions. You can get each of these pages, but otherwise the main menu items are very, very sparse, and that's by design. And on the clear menu part, you can put more information towards the bottom of the page. So I have more content down here. So, the same stuff that's at the top is available again, but then there's even more information like the About Us, Sitemap, all this. That's not available from everywhere from the top main navigation. And I have a secondary navigation for other options here. My blog is important, but I'm not trying to draw attention away from my site to it. It's mainly to bring traffic to my website. So I make it available, but not as prominent. So also on the clear menu side of things, you'll notice some websites use this thing called the hamburger menu. It's just 3 lines. Well, a lot of people don't know what that menu is, surprisingly. Even though Facebook's popularized it, a lot of sites have popularized it, and a lot of people use it without really thinking, does everybody know what this icon means? And the answer is no. People don't necessarily know what the hamburger icon is. They know what a hamburger is, but they don't know what a hamburger icon is. So you want to make sure there's some help text with it to tell, this is the menu. These 3 bars are the menu, so click on that. And I see that every day. People don't have that clarification, and that's really important to have. So Number 17, this is the final one. You want to have analytics on your website. I can't really show this. I can't show analytics, but Google Analytics is by far the most popular, and you'll probably have it already on your website. If not, you really need to have Google Analytics, or some kind of analytics to tell you who's visiting your website, where they're going on your website, are people converting in the right spots, where's your website going wrong, so you can fine-tune those things and figure out where people are dropping off your website and see how you can improve that. Okay, so those are the absolute must-haves of your website, and every online presence report that I do covers at least those 17, or maybe I don't put them all in there, I might combine two, but every single online presence report covers those. There's a whole lot of other information in the report, but those are the most important. So then there's also some things you might want. If you have a shop that people are visiting, you definitely want to put the hours of operation. If you have a physical location, you want to make that easy for people to find. It could even be on your home page, map to our location, so people can find you easy. You want a simple address, so that's the URL up here in the top. It'd be simply your company name or something relating to your industry or keyword, but it should be simple and easy to type. Every site, it's good to have a sitemap. So you'll notice I do have a sitemap on my site. If you go to the bottom, there's a one for humans. I have the XML one that's submitted to Google, and then there's also a sitemap that anybody can come and look at, and you can find information on. Breadcrumbs are also very helpful for people, and Google too. So you'll notice at the top here I have breadcrumbs. Those kind of tell you where in the site you are. So if I go to web design, it's going to say Home Online Presence Solutions Web Design. That's helpful. A video overview. I don't have one of those. It's not really that relevant for my company. It may be, I may in the future do that, but if you do flooring, then a video overview could be really helpful for showing some of your work in video form. It's very visual oriented. So a video overview is nice. Social media buttons. You want to have social media buttons to your profiles, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to draw people away from your website, and the people that want to are going to find those icons if they're on your website. That's why you need to include them. If that's their preferred method of contacting you, maybe somebody wants to tweet you or send you a message on Facebook, well, you need that information available. So you'll notice here on my site at the bottom, all my social media profiles are available. And since it is a contact feature, I also put it on the contact page. You can find all my social media profiles there. A live chat feature, that's a really nice feature to have, because people, if they have questions, they're not just going to leave your site and be done with you. Though they can ask you their question immediately. So you'll notice I have a live chat feature right here. Anybody can click on it and just initiate a chat with no problem. So they can contact me anytime. Comments. So that's a blog thing. If you're on the blog, if somebody's on a blog post and wants to leave a comment, they should be able to leave a comment. Of course, you'll need some sort of spam protection, because that will get spammed a lot, but it's better to have that engagement than to just shut it off because the spam is bothersome to you. You want to help your visitors. So if it's a nuisance to you or a slight bother to you, but it helps your visitors, you want to do it. E-commerce. If you sell a product, definitely you want an e-commerce store. If even if you just have a store offline, you probably want to get into the online realm and add an e-commerce section to your website. So appointment booking is the last one, and that's really helpful because people can book an appointment or book a time with you instantly. So that's really nice. See, I have a book a consultation, and people can pick a time. And you can book a free 30-minute consultation with me anytime. So that's it. that is all the 17 required and 11 that you should have. So make sure you check out the website also. I'm going to link to this blog post that I went over, and it has a free instant download that has a checklist for all these things. So you can, go through your website, check them off, maybe reference this article also to make sure you create good quality content. So I have, things like to help you create a good unique value proposition, or a good value proposition. There's links here to help you do that kind of stuff. So, and then a more full description. So go out there, make sure your website is full and complete. If it's not and it's not converting, then it's not doing you any good. A business website should help you do business and help grow your business. It should be like another employee, except better, because they work all the time and never take a break. Now that you've checked out an Exprance video to help you expand your small business online presence, be sure to subscribe so you can watch more videos as they come out. Or you can check out the ebook that will help you grow your email list without even having a website in case you don't have one. Or you could check out another video.